These things start from the teaching profession, where you have drama festivals, music festivals. I sit down, I compose an item. The item goes all the way to the nationals. It becomes a number one. Year one, year two, then you realize, hey, there's something you know, and then you hear people commenting about this. You know, sometimes you listen to yourself and to what people are saying.
Yeah.
There are those positive people who are telling me, Makothe, I think you can do something in this other area. And that is what motivated me anyway.
Okay. But can you, if you were given a chance right now, rule out the money part, if you were given a chance to go back to teaching, would you dare go back to teaching?
I wouldn't.
You did?
I wouldn't.
So
I wouldn't.
you're stuck, eh?
Yeah, I wouldn't. I wouldn't.
Hello and welcome back to my channel. Thank you for joining us. This is Infinity Show and my name is Jacqueline. So today, today's guest is a man who is an icon, we can say that, and he has been gracing our, let's say, vernacular TVs for a while now. I'll let him introduce himself so we can continue the interview. Okay,
my name is Robert Nyaga, aka Makothe. Makothe is the name that people know. Yes.
But ya M-Pesa ni Robert Nyaga.
Ukituma pesa kwa M-Pesa, utaona itatoa Robert Nyaga.
Yeah.
But Makothe is the name that is known by everybody. Yeah. I'm an actor. Hii ndio ile kazi ambayo inanishika sana. Although professionally I am a teacher. But at some point I retired. People say I resigned, but I retired.
But why did you choose to retire early?
You know, there is one thing that I read somewhere. No, it's a preacher who was saying it. It's good to go where you are celebrated than where you are tolerated. In teaching, they were tolerating.
Yeah. So that means you are not in love with that profession.
I was so much in love, but then it was better off in this other area.
Yeah.
You know, you can be good in so many areas, but there is one which is meant to be yours.
But how did you know that you are good in entertainment? Or how did it start?
These things start from the teaching profession, where you have drama festivals, music festivals. I sit down, I compose an item. The item goes all the way to the nationals. It becomes a number one. Year one, year two, then you realize, hey, there's something you know, and then you hear people commenting about this. You know, sometimes you listen to yourself and to what people are saying.
Yeah.
There are those positive people who are telling me, Makothe, I think you can do something in this other area. And that is what motivated me anyway.
Okay. But can you, if you were given a chance right now, rule out the money part, if you were given a chance to go back to teaching, would you dare go back to teaching?
I wouldn't.
You did?
I wouldn't.
So now you're stuck, eh?
Yeah, I wouldn't. I wouldn't.
But now, mostly we see you in vernacular stations. In Oro. Have you been to Kameme?
All the vernacular stations.
Yeah, all the vernacular stations. Why did you choose vernacular? Movies, vernacular stations? Yeah.
I think there's one thing, even from the teaching, from my teaching profession, there's one thing I hated so much. Students being told they should speak English. There is this thing called the monto. If you speak, you don't get this one.
A sack.
That is, and you are put even a sack and another label here. That's one thing I hated so much. Then the other thing, there is the aspect of identity. There is the way people imagine that when you do things in other people's language, it can be better than... No, it can't. Because when if I make content in English, I'm competing with the European in America, the American, I'm competing with the other Europeans. You know, that's the language.
Yeah.
Why not use my own language? And I think I knew there is a wide audience that cannot be suited by these other languages. Yeah. So that's how I decided Kiembu, Kikuyu was the best, because I knew there was an audience. And again, when you produce content in a language that you understand better, you know, it comes out better and it's so natural.
So natural.
And again, you know, people relate with everything about it. Yeah.
Was it hard to get actors who are willing to act with vernacular language? Because now mostly you find youth, nowadays the youth does not want to use the vernacular. You find out right now, ukienda bado ushago, you will find watoto wanaongea Kiswahili.
You know, this takes me back to where I started. For me to start acting, acting ya ukweli, although we started with the comment ile ya kunjipaka unga. So one day I organized the youth in the church. and I told them, I think we can shoot something, a comedy, and maybe you start selling it and make money. That was around 2004. And we organized it very well. I paid for the cameraman, I paid for the transport, I also paid for the food that we were going to consume that day and any other expenditure. Then when it came to the day of shooting, all the youth disappeared. I was only left with one young man I like up to this day called Kemenju.
Yes.
It was only Kemenju who was available that day. All the others, their phone calls were not going through because they did not want to start with the names I had given them. The main character was to be Makothe.
Yes.
So the young man imagined being called Makothe akasema hapana. The lady was to be, my wife was to be Siangage. So the lady now imagine being Siangage no. So they disappeared. Sio siku ile chakula tulikuwa tumepika tukakula. Cameraman tukalipa tu expenditure ile ametumia. Tukaambiana tutashoot tena another Sunday. The same story, same script happened. So we agreed with my friend. Na sasa tumenunua chakula, tumelipa cameraman. Kwani itapotea? Si mimi niwe Makothe na wewe uwe Kidhetho na wewe uwe Mbengero. We were a few.
So originally you were supposed to be
I was only to be a director.
You found out.
But then when they refused I had to take that main role. Lakini anja ni hiyo chakula tu isipotee na kamera tulikuwa tumelipa. So when we did that first thing, it was called Makothe 1. The reception on the ground was something I cannot even explain. Yani, I remember we sold more than 1,000 copies in 3 months. Na unasikia ni ile comment ya kunjipaka machoka
Then,
the story was very nice.
A DVD sasa.
And kwanza ilikuwa si DVD. The story was so nice and that's how I learned that it all matters with the story. So tukauza nikaona kumbe this is something I can do. Tukafanya Makothe 2, Makothe 3, Makothe 4. I did not know when I was
but
in it.
You agree, Starting is very tricky because now una actors wanakufail. Maybe capital again.
No, that time it was tricky because one, people did not understand what you are doing. If anything, people are saying hata ninatumia neno la Kiembu ati tuna walimu wakubwa wanafanya uvezi. You know people are looking at it not hii ni wana utoto ujinga. Unaona? So that time it was tricky, people did not understand what we are doing. Then the other aspect, that time people they thought this is for the youth. Hata mimi unaona nilianza kutengeneza youth. But today things are different. Everybody understands. The old, the young, the children, they all understand now it is. It's a career by itself. But it's tricky. Because for you to start aspects of capital. Hiyo ndio inasumbua watu sana. But I always tell them, hakuna kitu kama hiyo ni excuse. Because how much do you need to produce content anyway?
It depends with what content are you producing.
No, whichever content it is, you can make arrangements. Mimi movie yangu ya kwanza, I talked to a cameraman called Jim Desert, and I told him the movie I took to Enoro, my first one. Nikamwambia mimi sina pesa na ninaona kama nimepewa contract na Enoro. Utanitengenezea nitakulipa baadaye ambaye julikani. Akakubali. I went and looked for my cousin. Ama the people who I knew would not charge me anything. Kuna movie nataka tutengeneze, mtakuja tutengeneze. Kwa kulala nitatafuta. Chakula tutapewa na my mother. We started with nothing. So aspect ya capital hiyo tunaweza weka X.
Actually, I think if youth were to accept kusaidiana. If I have this, nikusaidie hivi, so that we cannot use a lot of
pooling resources.
Pooling resources.
If they were able to pool resources, the better. But then there will come issues to do with the ownership. You know, when you pool resources, it means who owns it now. That's another tricky thing I also discovered in this kind of environment. Who will own that content? Mutaanza vita zingine.
That's the problem.
But you can approach people to help you do your thing.
Which is not sometimes you find not many are willing to help.
Then those who are not willing, they are not meant to be actors. You know, they have no dreams. Our only kid unaona. So you have to look for people who are like-minded. Because I remember the people I started with, majority ni wale niko nao mpaka leo. Lakini wengine walipotelea hapo. Wanauliza hii kazi tunafanya bure, sijui nini. Today they struggle to get back to us na hawawezi kutupata.
Because now waliona ni kama it's not going anywhere.
So you must have that pulling, that passion. If you don't have it, even don't try it.
At that time, did you find like your social circles, did they change? Because you find out sometimes, unaona, me, I don't want to associate with this person mwenye anafanya hizi kazi za ujinga.
Yenyewe, hiyo kazi ya ujinga by the way, it helped me a lot to lose those friends who are not
fake friends.
Fake friends. I was able to lose the false friends. And I was able to continue because majority would even talk about what is it that you are doing. Wengine wanasema now. And another very tricky thing. You know, in acting, you have to get a partner, for example, who acts as your wife.
Yeah.
Sidi kweli? So stories start from there. Hawa watu siku acti tu, there's something beyond the
Actually,
camera.
until now, there are some people who are scared.
Yes.
What's her name? This lady
Kagore.
Is she your real wife? Because what were that battle?
You know the aspect of asking that. I like it because when people ask, kwani huyu ni bibi yake? You know, when in acting, it is make believe.
Yeah.
If you cannot see as if this person is a wife to this or husband to this, then we are not acting.
Yeah.
No. She's not my wife, but acts as my wife. And there are even children who act as my children, who are not even my children. But the greatest ending that people have, lakini hiyo kasumba naona inatoka, ni kuakti na bibi ya mtu ama bwana ya mtu. People I think wako bado kule nyuma, but at least for now mambo imebadilika.
People are accepting.
Wameona, unajua, and again there is also something else. You know, as actors, you must live beyond reproach. You know, lazima people waone kweli this is sio sahi tuna act, saa ingine mnatukuta tumelewa pale. Unaona? You
have to live your...
Now you have to change even the way you live. People must admit this is career like any other. And they will accept and agree to it depending on the way they see you behave. Unaona?
Yeah.
Lakini mkimaliza kuact, mwende kukunywa. Mwende sasa
with the same person, but
now that one leaves, make it professional.
Yeah,
acting should be professional.
Actually, I think in every job, if you are working with someone, you have to make it very professional.
Very professional.
Because utapata when mkiingiza mambo zingine, kazi haitaendelea poa.
And that's why many groups have not been able to survive. Unaona sisi tumekaa miaka mingapi? We have to survive. We have to survive.
I remember those years.
Yes, and people will talk and then they discover there's nothing to talk about.
Yeah.
You know, you cannot hide something for 1 month or for so long. Itanjitoa hata utaambia watu, itanjitoa. So it's about being professional. In the way you do things, the way you relate to your employees, the people you work with, that will determine even the fact that you can go in this industry.
So what would you say about this advert that you made? It made you maybe a household name, because this Kavagara premium raha, premium maize meal, because now that is where people, like, everyone starting to know you. Like, what can you say about that advert?
Let me say that advert was a hit, and we did not expect it to be that kind of hit. But you know, it all starts with the fan base. We had acted for so long, so we already had an audience. You cannot just stand up and wake up and today and make an advert. People will start asking, who is this? But when you start from a point whereby people know who this person is, you know, they already like you or they hate you. Kwa hivyo inaanzia hapo. So the fan base, one thing ilitusaidia sana. So people are able to relate with the hunger and the work that we do. And in acting, we say you don't act to earn. You act to create a name, so that name helps you to earn from other areas.
From other avenues.
Contrary to what many people think. They think acting is... You cannot be employed to act. Where? Have you ever heard something like that? And that is what killing so many people. Wanakuuliza, Makothe, ninataka kuwa actress, nataka kuwa actor. Alafu the next question, unalipaka ngapi? Huyo tunamalizana.
But then maybe that's what people don't understand.
That's what, and until they get into it, they will never understand. Wengine wanasema, mimi I cannot active, I'm not paying 5,000. Okay, where are you paying the 5,000? Okay, this content unalipwa 5,000. Kwani inapelekwa wapi ndio ulipwa 5?
Juu najaribu kuona hii content tauza how much?
Where na inauzwa wapi? You know, in Kenya there is no market for this kind of content. Unaona? Tuseme ni TV station, ni TV gani inalipa pesa mingi? A maximum of 150. So 150 ukitoa expenditure zote, ni nini inabaki? So unalipwa nini? So in Kenya kuna ile market unaweza sema you can be paid from acting. You only build a name, use that name to further other interests.
Side jobs.
Yeah.
So would you say your fan base, it has grown because they can relate with your stories, your scripts, and how by the way do you come with that scripts? How do you come up with them?
You know, some things are funny, and I think I also needed to go to school and understand. Because let me say, to start with, if you have to build content that will attract people, it is all about the story. How do people relate to that story? How do they see themselves in the story? So number one thing is the story. Unajua picha inaweza kupigwa na cameraman hata ametoka na huko kichakani tu na apige, but the story will keep people. Picha inaweza kuwa mzuri na kuna story.
Za kwanza they were not that.
Yes, camera hata even hata ukinitisha leo hiyo ya kwanza siwezi kukupatia. But the story, I wish to repeat that story in a different camera now. You see, it is all about the story. Now, then you come to scripting. Mimi wacha niseme, I am a script writer. But I don't understand how I script. Because, do you know I script what I will shoot tomorrow, tonight? Mimi huwa sinta script. Mimi hata urara sinta script na muka 3. And I script what will be we shall be shooting the following day.
So it's kind of a gift.
See, hata sijaelewi kama ni gift, ni kama ki-inspiration. Sababu unasikia ki-story kimekuja. The minute unainama hivi kukiandika, unaandika mpaka unafanya mkono hivi sababu unasikia ina flow tu na ukikata inaisha. It disappears. Hata nianza niseme nitaendelea kesho, uongo. Hata sitaelewa.
Ikikuja saa 10 unaamka.
And it is no, sana ni 3. Sijui what it is with 3. Nikiamka 3, by the time it gets to 5, nimeandika story about ita shoot about 1 hour. But I don't know how it comes. I even don't sleep knowing nita shoot nini kesho.
But again, hatuwezi sema tuende shule because sometimes unapata even those people who are teaching you, hata wao si ni mtu alikuja na someone came up with that idea.
Yes.
So if it is working for you,
it is working.
Sioni haja.
No, by the way, and that's why I say if it works, that is the end justifies the means. So ni kweli? Me by the way, that's how I find it. Na ndio ninasema hii kazi ni unjisikilize uelewe kama ndio yako. Kama ndio yako, mambo mengine itanjileta. Things will unfold without you doing anything. Mambo inanjileta. Uko na passion.
It just drives you.
Inakudrive, alafu unaweza enda mahali usikie ki-idea kimekuja. Hiyo ki-idea unaona mtu anaenda kando amescript tu vitu ndogo. Sasa umepata story another day. Unaona? There was a time niliandika script. Ilikuwa very funny na niliuza sana We were in a workshop in State House Girls. So tukitoka, we were walking with another lady. So another lady naye akitoka this other opposite direction akaniambia, Makothe wacha nipige picha nitumie bibi yako. Na akapiga. Nimwambie huku ulikunja ukaoa. Do you know I developed a very strong story from that? Niliona story from that. Unaona? Nikaona haya, this is a story. Na by the way ilitokea vizuri sana, inaitwa Get It Right.
Okay.
Because now vile ini unfold. So the sources of the stories by the way usifikiria tutakuja hata usiniletee story uniambie kuna hii story sitaiona. A story must at least it must come from things you cannot understand. Hata yako sitaiweza. Unajua wewe umeielewa vile umeielewa lakini yangu itakuja in my own style.
I think ndio maana unaweza kuact cause bado ni wewe una
that one. Na again, you know when you script, you understand your environment. Wewe unaelewa unashutia wapi. What is available in your environment. Lakini ukinipatia script yako unajua huko na hiyo in consideration. For example, if I script I know what do I have? What facilities do I have? What resources do I have? Niko na structure fulani, niko na police station mahali, niko na prison. So ukiniletea yako na maybe sina those facilities kwani itaenda kuzijenga.
Lazima uanze.
So even the scripting must be yani na wewe unaona what and where you'll use.
So which movie which is that movie that you did ikakupatia pesa mingi like you are so happy you did that movie?
Wacha niseme hakuna ile ilinipatia pesa mingi, lakini kuna ile ilinifurahisha yani. Unajua kuna ile hata after imetoka, you find me getting excited ni kama ninaiona for the first time. Kuna, it's not about money. So mimi naonaga kama zote siko the same because the market is the same one. But before tuende kwa TV stations, kuna ile tuliuza locally kwa watu DVD. Hiyo najua tuliuza sana, ilikuwa inaitwa Turncoats. Hiyo at least tuliuza sana.
Turncoats, what was it about?
It was about I was the preacher. I was a preacher and still I was a fake one. I would have wives all over. But my wife does not know. I mistreat my family na bado ninahubiri on a Sunday. Until one day my daughter anateseka mpaka anakuja kutafuta kazi kwa mboma fulani, kumbe ndiko kwa bibi mwingine. Unaona, hiyo ilikuwa sawa sana, otherwise ilitufurahisha.
That's a very relatable story.
Yes.
Because nowadays unapata
watu ni jina tu. Ni jina tu.
Wewe ukienda church, kutoka sema Mungu wewe ni.
Yes. Na life ile maisha mtu anaishi behind the camera. Ni kingine kali sana.
Hiyo ni kitu kingine watu understanding. You have another life behind that camera.
And in content creation, when you bring out those stories, those are the stories now people want to see. Unajua hii ingine ni ya kawaida. Mhubiri mzuri, mhubiri ambaye ataenda mbinguni, huyo ni wa kawaida. Leta yule mhubiri shetani. Hiyo ndio kitu ita attract watu. Because it's a story which is real. It's a story which is real.
Some of these stories unazipata zinafanyika.
Na those are the stories that strike. Then nikienda kwa Kikuyu ama Kiembu movies, kuna moja ilikuwa inaitwa Megwa ya Tene. Hiyo ndio pia iliuza sana, tuseme hata kama kuna kuuza kwa TV station. Hata the story ilikuwa interesting, ilitufurahisha sana. But generally, wacha niseme when you make a script, ni kuangalia how do you play with people's emotions. And how do you make the people remain watching? Yani from the beginning to the end. Kama ulikuwa unapika, unjikute umezima
gas
kuka kwanza ukuje, unaona. But if you can predict what is next, utaendelea kupika ukiwatch.
Lakini na person mwenye chakula wanga inaungua akiwatch.
That's the point. You know, you have to make sure ni nini kitafanya mtu atake kujua. You know, you have to have a lot of twists and turns. Ukiexpect iende hivi, inaenda hivi. Then unaona inaku affect emotionally mpaka unasikia kulia, unajipa. Na ni movie una watch. You know, when you write, think about imagine wewe ndio unaiwatch. Now unjiweke hapo. Hiyo itaweza.
Would you say hizi tuseme hizi TV, national TVs akina these big TVs, those TVs, would you say they are supposed maybe to bring these kind of movies, hata kama wataziweka titles walete content ya Kenyan content? You
know that should be the anything, and there is even a law by the Communication Authority of Kenya. At least 40% content should be local. 40% content must be local. And they are trying to make it, but most TV stations are not able to do it. Why? You know, movies, let's make other movies. Many TV stations don't like them because they are not able to pay for them. You know, they look at them in the perspective of easy movies zinatuletea nini. That's why they are not able to bring them.
But they are bringing them fan base.
That's the fan base, but you see they don't like them so much. Again, the preparation of this content locally, wanashindwa sana sababu wakisosi kwangu ninahitaji pesa. Wakifanya wao, it's even more expensive. That's why unaona wanangangana tu. But at least of late things are changing.
They are better.
People are at least giving content without necessarily asking to be paid. And hata ukiangalia station kama UTV tunaweka movies za tunaziita cinema kikwetu. It is in Kikuyu but it is a national TV. Mbona unaweka subtitle? Unaona?
But then they should be bringing those movies hata afadhali waziweke subtitles because obviously we are not I feel like they can unite people. Unajua you know my culture, I know someone else's culture, yani
that's where the government should come in. You know, there is a way they can be, you know, it's like sisamani tulikuwa tunaona hii sinema zinaenda kwa mashinani zinaitwa watoto kaeni chini. Zile zilikuwa zinaonwa watu wanaenda market center. See, the government can do it now through the TV stations. That's another way. So they finance the production of local content, then kwa TV mimi wanalipa kitu kidogo iwe inaonewa kwa TV sababu tulimaliza ile ya watoto kaeni chini ile ya project. Those are the things now the government can be doing. Because the TV station itself kwanza inajiuliza ninalipa this much kwa serikali. Hii content nikiweka inanisaidia na nini? Unaona wanaenda what is commercial. You know it must be commercial anyway.
But nowadays you find that's why you find most content zimekuja kwa digital platforms.
Yes.
They are being appreciated more. You choose
and everybody,
what you want to watch.
Yes. And everyone can access. You know that's where the world is turning to,
And nowadays by the way
social media
platforms, it's become so big.
That's where people are ending. That's where and things are changing. You know, tunaambiwa if you don't change will change you. And you see change has changed us.
You have to accept the change. It has to come one way or another. So let me ask you, have you been conned? Unajua when maybe you are selling those movies, upate mtu anakuambia I'll pay you like 200k. Ai, alipotelea hivyo ukumuona.
Unfortunately, wacha niseme sijawahi kuwa conned. And one of the reasons me have never made content for market. Mi sijui kwa nini. Hakuna wakati nimewahi tengeneza content ati niuze nipate pesa. I think that's why maybe hata sijawahi kuwa na that aspect ya nilidanganywa, nilikoniwa. I have always made content. Maybe mi naona content itoke. And one funny thing, imekuja kunisaidia leo. How? I have over 100 titles. Movies. So wakati social media inakuja, tuseme YouTube inataka, si unaona already ile nilitengeneza without knowing nitapeleka wapi when there was no YouTube. But that tulitengeneza when there was no YouTube. When there was no views sasa. Hiyo ndio sasa nilikunja but yule mtu wako ametengeneza yake, si unaona mimi nikipeleka yangu yeye alianza kutengeneza. So I can say conning me sijawahi experience kitu kama hiyo. If anything there is no market ya content Kenya atuseme ulikoniwa. Haikuwa first of all hiyo sijawahi ona. Although there is a TV station sitaitanja walituitisha content mimi personally na nikapeleka movies about 4 na before I was in back home nilikuwa nasikia inaona kwa TV yani na sijawahi lipo mpaka leo. Movies kama ine. Therefore unawapigia simu iliona na hata azunja maliza kusaini, don't worry utakuja tusaini na ya kesho. Ukisikia kesho hiyo ingine nayo imewekwa. By the time you are through with calling wameweka zote ine.
Lakini that's a way of being conned bado.
That was conning. But niliwasamea tu sababu niliona sijui ni shinda yao ilikuwa nini. Unaona tu they are beyond.
Maybe they want to
air content na wana pesa.
Wana pesa.
That's the only conning I can talk about.
But I think vile wako kufanya wako. Unajua you can approach someone. Muonge mwambie me I have this amount ama sina pesa just give me maybe one movie.
And it's not me alone. They did it to so many actors and producers and you know kama mmoja andikiana mahali you know they were clever enough unapeleka leo wanakuambia wewe tutakuja tusaini kesho then ina here
but now I think
na then the same station hata unaona hata ukiwa staki unajua kuna mtu unaweza angalia umwache tu ni kama mtu wa Mercedes ya kigongo na wapikipiki unaenda tu sasa tulimwangalia hivi tukaona huyu acha tumwachie Mungu.
Anyway, sometimes
to spend more chasing what is not there.
Hata afadhali ungeachana tu na.
Hiyo ndio conning reserve lakini alitusaidia tu kuweka content yetu. Alisaidia tu.
Sasa let me ask you nowadays tunaona most actors wenye walikuanga maybe household names walikuanga kitambo tunawaona nowadays they are suffering so much, wengine depression, wengine they don't have means of maybe supporting themselves, hawana nyumba, yani kind of what's happening with the industry.
Wacha nikwambie industry, entertainment industry for many years ilikuwa na watu wanafikiri they can live beyond their means. Watu walikuwa nafikiri sababu kuna njida means money. You know in acting unfortunately. You know you don't how do you earn from acting for example? Okay, mimi naitaga watu wakuja wa act. Ninakulipa sikulipa nikukurudishia expenditure transport na lunch. Nikupatia 1000. Tuseme nimekuita leo. na nikuite next week na ile wiki nyingine 3000 itakusaidia na nini? But the name anasema huyo ni yule chama tunaona kwa TV, lakini kuna kitu ni kweli. So if you are not able to use name, use the name now to make money. That's the point. Acting, you can only use the acting to make yourself popular, then use that popularity to earn.
But I think so many people don't know that. Sijui waitwa kampuni.
Na wanashindwa. Wengine wanalewa na userebu. Unajua ukitembea kila mtu Makothe, so ninafikiri. You know, I should ask myself what is in my pocket.
By then there was someone niliona mahali kwa YouTube kuna kijana alikuwa anasema he was a celeb but hakuwa na pesa.
And that's the real thing. You know, mtu kama mimi, what I did, I used my name to make money. For example, I have a business, a stationery shop, and now am I able to sell? People come there because they know Makothe. You know, now mtu akiambiwa enda kwa Makothe utapata, si watu wanakuja. Unaona, now the name has helped me. Na watu wanakuja with the confidence. Haya, nikiuza mashamba, I do it. Watu wakisikia ni Makothe anauza, huyu hawezi kutukoni. Unaona, now they already know him. Lakini ukienda kununua kwa mtu unjui, by the time umtolee pesa, lakini wakiona ni mimi wanatoa. You know, now
tunajua utaki kuharibu jina.
Yes, get the point. So I use my name to make those other to meet those other interests. And that is what people are failed to do. You cannot earn from acting per se. You attract maybe an advert. That's where you get money. But it is because you have a name. Another way that you can do it. For example, most actors are actors, MCs, masters of ceremonies. Those are the areas now. But ukitoka huko uende ukakunywe ile umelipwa kidogo.
Unasema watu wengi they acting, umewapatia hiyo platform but wakitoka hapo they don't think about that nini tena, that like you know, you have to work for it.
Unajua there is the aspect of patience and waiting. You will not become an instant star in one day. It takes time. For you to build a name, you take time. If you come, I give you a role. Okay, utaonekana na watu wachache. Another one, uonekana na wengine. You know, you keep on building and you do other things.
Maybe let's say in an aspect of branding yourself.
Branding, good. Use the word branding. You know, make yourself a brand. And to make yourself a brand, you know, you have to change so many things, socially, even physically. And that's now you use the brand now to earn from it. Unaona, mtu anakuambia kuja utufanyie advert, utalipa pesa ngapi, and that can run to millions. Ni jina sasa hapo. Okay, there are those other advantages. If today I go and knock at the governor's office, hata akiwa na mkutano si ataniuliza kwani Makothe ni nini? Sio ni advantage. Unaona? Haya, sometimes I find myself over speeding. Iwe ni wapi ama ni tuko Kisumu ama wapi. Kusimamishwa na polisi hivi wanaona ni Makothe, wewe ni nini kijana unaenda? Unaona, those are the advantages. Unaona? Yani you gain. You can access any office. You can get unaenda hospitali kufika tu kuna watu wamekuita. Unaona, those are the advantages. So the brand has its own advantages and it saves you money. Hata upate accident mahali utastukia watu wote wamekujua. So
but again, I think what they don't understand, most people don't understand, you have to work for it. Me, I believe working hard.
You can repeat that. It's not a walk in the park.
And you have to be ready to maybe use your finances.
You are supposed to spend to maintain and to get it where you want. So umesikia kama mimi I produced so many movies without knowing ninatengeneza za nini. Unaelewa? Hata kazi ya muziki unaanza na kufanya for free. Watu waone, hey, this man can do it. So next time, so there is a lot of sacrifice for you to earn. A lot.
I think there is so much we can talk about when it comes to branding, because you find mtu maybe hata confidence
una confidence, umeimba kawimbo kamoja na umekuwa mentor. Unasikia watu kama hao.
And then bado you just unashindwa sometimes unaweza mgema asifiki kwao.
Yes.
You have to find other avenues.
Now you have to come out of your environment, go out. Unaelewa? Because for example, the way you take me in Embu and the way I'm taken outside is very different. Unaona? So you must know how to reach out now. This is the base. Ilikukuza. then reach out now. Naona? Unajua yule mtu mlisoma na yeye na aliona ulikuwa unapata D, hata wewe serebu hata kuheshimu, lakini ni yako kule hakujui. So unaona wale wako hapa madharau ya kule where you grew up, walikuwa na ukikua. Walikuwa na manguo matambara, walikuwa na ukilia. So they will never respect you.
Actually, that's the funny thing, You find right now that you are starting.
Yes.
What would they are not accepting you?
Of course, and they will accept you when you hit.
Huyo ni wetu.
Yes, sayo hata everybody will be your cousin. Huyo ni mtoto wa mayanti.
Actually, hata niko na namba yake.
Yes, that's the point. So you have to struggle, and then you have to maintain a lot of discipline. Discipline. You know, discipline means is about the image. You have to maintain a lot of discipline. Don't listen to people. People will say a lot of nonsense. Don't even respond. Kwanza, the best way to survive is never respond to any accusation. By that, ukaandika nini kwa social media yangu, I'll never respond. And why respond? Why respond?
Umefungua avenue now.
Yes.
Yeah, discussion.
But then again, unagundua kumbe kuna mtu ambao una matunda urushiwi mawe. So unagundua kumbe
right.
So hiyo ni njia moja ya kujengage. If people don't talk about you, who are you? You are nothing.
By the way, another funny thing, someone told me, mimi nikisikia kwanza bibi yangu ati sijasikia mahali ni kama kuna mtu asikufanya kibarua mzuri.
Hata
ukiona mtu ni kama ananyemelewa juu umefanya kazi.
Women, when you see your husband, kuna watu wanamnyemelea, understand uko na mtu. Lakini kama kuna kedhata akiulizwe na mtu, akioni hata you shouldn't get worried. Ni kama msichana for example, kama wewe. You know you are beautiful, Utembee from your home to this town na kuna mtu alikuangalia, ask yourself so many questions. Jua kuna kasoro. So that's what we are saying in a nutshell. You should know anytime you attract attention, positive or negative, uko na kitu. Hiyo ni jambo moja ya kujigauge. Na kama uweze attract negative or positive, ask yourself so many questions.
Now, Makothe, 5 years from now, what do you see yourself, or what would you like to achieve by maybe 20 what? Itakuwa 26 ama 27?
Yeah, by the way, I even don't see the end to where I'm going. Unaona kila mtu anasema nataka kuachieve. Mimi wacha niseme my journey has been a fun one. I've never struggled to get to where I want to be. Me, I find myself there. What is important is persistence. But what I'm looking at in the next 5 years, ni situation whereby nimereach out to the maximum. Unajua kuna wakati nilikuwa nasema mimi siku moja ningetaka kuact abroad. I've done it. So unaona nimeachieve. Yani unaenda mpaka unaact huko nje ya Kenya, Unaona those are the small things.
You have done it?
Of course. Unaona?
When? How?
Hivyo tu.
But again, I tell people you have to be different.
Yes.
Maybe to have a mark.
You must be, you must know, understand yourself, act, behave unique, and you'll not know when you get there. Now, by the way, ile inatusumbua sana ni kuangalia nyuma na kando. Focus on what you want to do. Naelewa kitu kama hicho? Because for example, right now niko kwa UTV, si ndio? UTV, we were there when we started when it was down. Today it is at the top. What matters is what content have you put there. Unaona? So now umeanza kuona njia inaanza kufanya nini? So you start thinking of a different avenue. Na ni automatic. Because for example ukiangalia YouTube niligundua you earn more from abroad than in Kenya.
CPM.
Si ndio ninaangalia naona hata niliona Arab countries, Kuwait, Iraq, mpaka nikashindwa hii income from meaning what? The people who go there wale tunasema wanateswa huko mahouse na madriver. They are making a lot of time to watch us in. So those are the kind of avenues, and again I'm saying there is income moreover, but you have to think. You have to be creative. Let's use the word creative. My YouTube, maview sasa, kuna ingine inatoka ya Safaricom. Unajua shinda ile natusumbua ukisikia watu wanataka content yako unaanza kuambia hebu tuangalie hii increment. Hii toa hapa. Sasa what do you have to lose even if you give it na ipotee? You have nothing to lose. Sign. Sign iende. Ikienda YouTube ukilipo usilipo doesn't matter.
But imekufanya advertisement.
Yes. You cannot lose 100%. You win.
So what do you do for maybe giving back to society, or do you do maybe charity work, or what are you doing for maybe youth society to give back?
Generally, we do a lot of charity work. For example, in UTV, we have a program called Touching Hearts, where we reach out to people who have issues in life. And so far we have touched, now this is all over Kenya, that is what, and it has even become a main job now. I never used, it's like finally nitamalizia huko. Tulianza kidogo, sasa imekuwa so engaging to a point where uko Kisumu, uko Mombasa, uko happy. Hiyo charity work ndio nimeona kama ni kazi nzuri, because one inakufanya usikie umefurahi kwa roho yako.
Sometimes when you do good things,
yes, when you transform lives, yes. Hiyo tu ndio ninaona imenifurahisha of all the things I've done in my life. Hii aspect ya toa watu kwa shinda, wainue kidogo, watu ni wagonjwa wapeleke hospitali, walipie na uone wametoka wamefurahi, hiyo ndio nimegundua is the best joy in life.
And again, those two small things people do, unaona kama ni tu vitu tu ujinga.
Yes.
Ama you think you did not do much, but to me you did a lot. Unasikia tu watu wanasema Mungu msaidie.
And that's the most important thing. Mungu msaidie. Unaona hiyo statement, that's the best. Ukienda usaidie na usitake hata, by the funny thing, na usitake hata kumwachia namba ya simu. Ukiweza kusaidia watu na ukati hiyo line,
msaidie na uende.
Wacha hapo wakiuliza sasa so alienda wapi. Usikue tena attachment, na ndio unasikia tunasema wakati nani Biblia inasema I think, although sijasoma mahali, nitaenda kusoma from Genesis to Revelation. When you give as if you are throwing to the deep sea. Yani you are not expecting to see that thing. So unasaidia na utaraji unasahau. Hapo ndipo.
Because by the way, it says hata mimi nitaenda kusoma hata mimi.
Yes.
It says what your right hand gives,
yes.
Usifanye your left hand.
Yes, upeane na usahau. Na tunaambiwa still when you lend to the poor you have given to God. Hiyo ukishika hiyo mambo mawili. Again dunia hii there is no bigger satisfaction than making another person happy.
Yeah.
In life, if you can make people happy, hata utakuwa na furaha. Tunaambiwa if you want to smile, give a smile.
Yeah.
Nikikutana na wewe, unless sijui unakaa namna gani, nikusmailie. Sijui kama utasmile mpaka kama utafanya hivi.
No, by the way, me I taught myself, hadi nikisalimia na vijana kaanga kwa street. Nasalimika, you never know.
That's the point.
You never know what will happen to you the next time.
Give a smile, you get back a smile. A frown, you get the same.
Yeah.
Ni kweli hivyo.
But by then niliona somewhere, I think TikTok kama ilikuwa wapi. Ni kama you give hii ilikuanga ya wife. You give a wife a house,
she gives you a family.
A family.
Yes. A home.
A home.
Yes.
Yeah. So such kind of thing. So what could be your maybe final remarks? What can you say? Your final remark.
My final remark ile ningesema tu for the upcoming artists. Let there be a lot of patience. Even Rome was not built in a day. Na mtu anjisikilize vizuri. Unajua makosa, watu wanaona ni kama acting is the best place ya kujulikana. Now you are not gifted in it. Si ulienda kanisani one day ukasikia mtu amesema kona wimbo akasimama mbele akasema, sikizeni message, msisikize sauti. What business does that person have in singing? So jisikilize ujue wewe uko gifted na nini. Kama ni acting, jisikilize. Kama ni kuimba, yani understand yourself. Go where you are gifted in.
Entertainment
yes,
yake.
Everywhere.
There's a day I was just sitting nikafikiria. Sometimes you find that kuna mtu anashinda kukwambia wewe si ufanye hivi, tunafanya hivi, fanya hivi. Maybe you are gifted in this and I'm not gifted in the
That's the point. That's the point. You know, you could be very gifted in this and you are not in that. So the aspect I can say is mtu ajisikilize, the upcoming artist, take your time. If it's not your field, wachana nayo.
Unapata wengine they are doing so much in farming.
Yes.
Yani wanapata pesa mingi sana in farming.
And you know God gave us, each one of us, kile atakulia duniani. Kuna mtu akiweka ng'ombe even in your village.
Yeah.
Kuna mtu ng'ombe yake hata mnapenda kuiona. Nani mtu wa kawaida? Mwingine kwenu iko na unakaa tu ni ile ng'ombe unakuta tumivuba hapa nchini kama inaweza kukudunga na mnang'ang'ana. Mwingine kahawa, mwingine majani. So mtu ajisikilize, if you can understand where you belong, by the way you'll never go wrong. Hata biashara unaweka nduka, mwingine nduka na unakuta ina prosper, mnasema hii anatumia miti, hakuna miti. unajua yeye ako na connection ya Mungu, hiyo ndiye alitaka. Wewe ulienda kufanya kazi si hapo.
Actually my dad was cuz he passed away, he was a businessman, hivi akiset up two business hivi.
Yes.
Customers anakuja naturally.
Watu wanasema ni miti.
Unapata amefanya something, yani development yote me if I can from when I was growing up, zile development zote niliona dada akifanya zilikuwa zinakuja kwa business.
Yes.
Yani unashindwa, yani people are so wanashindwa wanatoanga pesa wapi.
That's it. So in life jisikilize. If you are good as a housewife, kazi yako ni kupika, kaa nyumbani tu. If you are good in, kuna watu walizaliwa kuwa civil servants kwa kufanya kazi, fanya hiyo. Kama ulizaliwa unjisikilize, then do what you think you can do. By then don't do what is not yours. Na hakuna mtu dunia hii anafaa kuumia akifanya kile alibarikiwa nacho. It's something I've discovered, na ni kweli. Watu wanafungua manduka, hii na prosper, hii naachwa. So mtu ajisikilize. Otherwise hiyo ndio naambia watu, don't go doing things that don't belong to you. La mwisho, wivu, negativity, you'll never go anywhere. By the way, you are negative in life. If uko na kiroho, kiroho, konja ukuve.
Hawendi mahali.
Hakuna. By the way, that's the fact. You have to wish me well. You have to think about me positively. For God to also think about you. Uko na biashara gani kama unitakii mema?
Ai, kwa nini? Baada Mungu aweze kubariki kama utakiwe.
So it's about positivity in life, na kupenda kila mtu, simple, you'll make it.
Thank you very much for gracing us with your presence. We appreciate. Si watu wengi wanaweza itikia.
Kwa nini?
Unajua sasa when you just find us sometimes, upcoming YouTubers, maybe upcoming youth, wanapata shida sana kupata. Tuaje tutumie jina celebrities to maybe grace them with their presence. Unasikia mtu toa kachai ndio nikuje. So thank you very much for coming. And this is the end of this what do you call it, episode. I'll see you next time. Thank you for subscribing. Remember to comment and give us a thumbs up. Gosh.